Another nice demonstration of queen's mightiness is seen in this sample. This is the game Ryazantsev against Miroshnichenko. It's a blitz game indeed, but it's a very nice demonstration of what the queen can do. The queen is such a mighty piece that it can easily switch the colors from one color to attack into the other and to completely confuse the opponent's pieces, like it is in that case after queen a6. Black is winning by force the pawn on a3. Obviously rook d3 is not possible as that rook would be taken, so the only way for white to play is to go rook e2, but then queen is coming on c4. White is trying to stick to the pawn on a3, but then queen is coming closer. And if rook a2 now, well then queen is coming on b3 and on b2. And the pawn, queen to b3, rook a1 and queen to b2, and the rook will have to abandon the pawn anyway. In the game, white abandoned the pawn earlier. After the move queen c3, he played immediately rook to d1, queen takes a3, and he pushed the pawn on b5, hoping for a fortress after rook d5. So, seemingly on first sight, he should succeed in that one. The rook on d5 is defending the pawn on b5, and the rook itself is defended, and everything seems to be defended in white's camp. But there is a pawn which is standing on a black square, and this is the pawn that black is heading to attack right now, and this is the pawn which ruins the defense. After the move queen c3, black is threatening queen e1 check and to take this pawn. In the game, white played h4. I'm not sure if he blundered the pawn or he just knew that he is losing. And after the check and queen takes f2, rook takes e5, queen takes h4, king g1, queen d8. Again, play on the black squares. There was another typical blunder for the blitz. Rook c5, he lost the rook and he resigned, but of course there was no salvation here, even after the correct rook d5. On the other hand, if after queen c3 white he tried to defend himself with a move like king f1, this wouldn't help neither, as after this check and say king g1, black is going to play h4 himself, and that pawn on h4 would be the decisive thing about the game. Next, the queen is coming closer on e1. Say for instance king h2, queen c1, the queen is heading for the e1 square and to take this pawn. And if white defends on the first rank with the rook, then there is always a move like queen b2, and white's coordination is spoiled. There is no fortress. He is losing first that pawn, and after that the black pawns on the king side will start to move. Or black can also use this idea of bringing the king all the way to f4 to help the queen and to win the game.